Hey guys, what's going on? It's RC Knockout and I'm back with another video. Now, if you're new to the channel, my name is Nolan and today I have Elijah out with me and we both have Arrma Kraton EXBs. So I'm going to grab the camera and we're going to take a closer look at these RCs and we're going to compare both the electronic setups we went with. And then we're going to do a drag race at the end, so you're going to want to stay tuned.
Alright guys, I just want to clarify something before we jump into this video. Now the prices that I have listed on the thumbnail and on the title of this video, that is the prices of the roller, the ESC motor, and the servo. So that price does not include the radio setups that we are running. So I just want you to keep that in mind moving forward in this video. So if you want to know what radio systems we are running, I am running a Futaba 4PV digital transmitter, and Elijah has got a Spectrum DX5C.
Alright guys, now that I have the camera, we're going to take a closer look at these two RCs. We're going to take a closer look at Elijah's Arrma Kraton EXB. Now he's only run his RC once, and he ran it on 4S. So I've gotten a little bit more use out of mine. I've run mine on 6S. If you've watched my previous videos, you know some of the issues I've had with the rear diff. So taking the lid off of Elijah's, here is the motor and ESC setup he's running. So Elijah, tell me, what are you running for the motor and the ESC?
I'm running the 1515 series 2200 kV Castle Mamba Monster X series.
Okay, so Mamba Monster X, but yeah, 2200 kV Castle motor and the Mamba Monster X 6S capable ESC, right?
6S capable, 8 amp peak, built-in BEC.
Okay, so it has an 8 amp BEC and it looks like you have XT90 plug soldered on.
Yep.
He was telling me this is a centered capable motor and the ESC is capable, but he doesn't have the plug in, so but it is capable of running censored. All right, so $255 total for this motor and this ESC setup, guys. And I think what we're gonna do is move on to mine now. All right guys, so taking a closer look at my RC. If you haven't watched my previous videos, I am running a 2050 kV. This is basically a stock Arrma Kraton motor. So what would come with a ready-to-run Arrma Kraton or any 6S capable truck that Arrma makes, this would be the motor that would come with it. Now for the ESC, I went with a Red Cat Racing 150 amp ESC. Now if you're not familiar with Red Cat, this is actually just a rebranded Hobbywing product. So it's a Hobbywing ESC, it just doesn't have as many of the programmable features as the actual Hobbywing branded stuff does. But I went on a budget for this, so I got this motor for only 75 bucks, brand new, and I was able to get this ESC, pick it up for about 100 bucks. And it has the connectors and everything soldered on. It's a 6S capable EXC. It's very comparable to the Hobbywing Max 8. But like I said, it just doesn't have quite as many programmable features, and it is waterproof.
If you guys are enjoying this video, make sure to hit that like button. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel if you want to see more videos like this in the future.
Now that we talked about the motor and ESC setups that we're running our rigs, we're back over at Elijah's rig, and we're going to take a look at what servo he's running. So Elijah, tell me about the servo.
It's a JX 46 kilogram servo, waterproof servo.
Okay, metal gear.
Metal gear, steel gear.
46. How much did you say it cost?
About 75 bucks.
So the brand is JX?
JX, yep.
JX 46 kilogram servo, guys, and it's a metal gear servo, and it is waterproof. Yep. So 46 kilograms, kilograms, that's pretty good. And for batteries, these are Yomi Power.
Yep.
These are 3S packs, right?
Yeah.
Or are these 5,000 milliamp?
5200.
Okay, so these are 5200 milliamp Yomi Power Lipo packs. All right, guys, now that we took a look at Elijah's servo, here's the servo I'm running. As you can see thus far, I'm running more of a budget setup compared to Elijah. So my electronics total for my motor and ESC cost me $175. Elijah's has cost about 255 bucks for his 15 series motor and his Mamba Monster X ESC. Moving on to the servo, I also went with kind of a cheap budget-friendly servo. That in there, I want to say it's a Power HD, but I'm not 100% sure. All I know is it says on the side of it, it's aluminum case. It says it's a 20 kilogram servo. So it's a 20 kilogram servo. It costs like 20 bucks on Amazon or eBay, I can't remember. I'm not sure if it's waterproof though. And it feels like it doesn't feel super fast. I might need to upgrade this. This might be the weakest part of the RC right now. It is metal gear, so we're good on that front, but it definitely feels kind of weak. And since I put that rear diff locker in the rear diff, if you didn't watch my last video, go check it out. I'll put it in the corner of this video. Since I put the locker in the back, it really is causing a lot of push because both these wheels are moving at the same speed. It's causing a lot more push, which is making this servo feel even weaker, because before I put the locker in the back, this thing turned a lot easier than it does now. So that's a disadvantage, but I've only thus far used this on pavement. I have not really done a bashing session or jumping or anything like that. And for batteries, I'm running these Ovonics 8000 milliamp 11.1 3-cell batteries, and I want to say they're 50 C discharge rate batteries, 8000 milliamp. Run the Dean's connectors. If you watched my previous video, you will know what happened to this RC last time. I put a differential locker spool in the back of this RC because I have had so many issues with this rear differential on this Arrma Kraton EXB. I don't really even want to go into it. I've had to reshim it multiple times, tried using earplugs, completely stripped out the gears, so I said, enough, I'm done with it, I'm putting a locker in. So I put a locker spool in, took it out front in front of my house, and ran it, and did a whole bunch of like spinnies and cyclones, and I'm going to insert the clip right here of what happened at the end of the last video. I lost my wheel, guys. Where did the wheel nut go? Well, that's not good. Oh, and did it completely chew up the inside? Here it is right here. Okay, so at least we have the wheel nut. Guys, that's pretty chewed up in there. Crap. Maybe that's one disadvantage of having that locked diff, guys. If you've watched the previous videos, you know I've had a ton of issues with my EXB rear diff. Now, Elijah, you haven't opened up your diff at all, have you? Mm-mm. Okay, but you've run this RC one time on 4S, correct?
Yeah. Okay,
and you didn't hear any grinding or any binding or anything?
No.
Okay, so that's good. So maybe Elijah was one of the fortunate ones and he got one of the EXBs that was actually put together properly with the right amount of shims. And he was one of the lucky ones. So, because mine was grinding right from the get-go, so the gear mesh inside of those internal gears was completely messed up on mine. So since his hasn't had that issue, he might still want to open it up and make sure there's diff fluid in it. But if it's not grinding, that's already better off than mine. So he has had no issues with his rear diff. He hasn't opened up any of his diffs yet. I have opened up all three of mine, replaced the fluid, and replaced the rear diff with a locked spool. And now we're going to run these RCs. We're going to do a little bit of a drag race, a rolling drag race, and we're going to see which setup works better and which one is actually faster. The other thing I totally forgot to say is Elijah's is running the stock 14-tooth pinion, and these are Mod 1 gears. So his is running the 14-tooth stock pinion. I tore up my first pinion, so mine is actually now running a 15-tooth. So I'm now running a 15-tooth Mod 1 pinion out of my X-Max. So mine is now geared higher than his. So let's jump right into it. We're about to do a roll race. Got some cones set up down here. Got most of this parking lot to ourselves. Got some cones set up down here, and I got my GoPro set up down here. Now, we just spent like half an hour looking for a wheel nut because if you watched my last episode, I completely stripped out, you can't really see, yeah, you probably can't see it, but I completely stripped out the inside of this hex. And what happened is, I thought I had the wheel nut down on tight. I was driving around in the grass just over there, and the wheel nut spun off. And the worst part is, the wheel nut's black, not red. So, I'm fortunate my friend found it after looking for it for like half an hour because we were about to pack up and leave because I lost the wheel nut. So for whatever reason, because this axle's just spinning around in there, somehow just unthreaded it really quick. So I'm running 3-wheel drive now, guys. So this is just spinning in here. This right rear wheel, the axle is just going to be spinning. But I think we're still good because we're still going to be able to get power to the ground because I have a locker in this. So since I have a locked spool, it will be still sending power to this wheel. But I did notice when I really power on, it kind of skates a little bit, like because it's just powering this wheel in the back. But I think if I roll on it, it might be okay, but I just need to make sure every single run I go down that I make sure that's tight. And I'm not going to go in the grass again. So basically this side's just spinning inside the hex, and that wheel's just tightened down as much as I possibly can tighten it. And we're going to race Elijah's, but since I'm kind of hindered with the 3-wheel drive basically, and it's kind of skating a little bit, especially when I power on, because this wheel's really giving all the power and this wheel's doing nothing, it starts to get a little dicey. But not going to drive in the grass again because I don't want to lose that. If it's going to fly off, I'd rather it flew off in the parking lot, and it'll still be difficult probably to find. So we're about to do that. We will see who wins in this roll race. All right, guys, so we're about to do a roll race in this parking lot. I'm at a disadvantage because I unfortunately only have 3-wheel drive right now. But once we reach these cones, we're gonna roll on and see who can make it first down to there. So is it gonna be mine or his? Mine's geared 15 tooth, his 14, we will see. His beat me only because mine went in the air. Well, you did pretty damn good. Actually, I have the wheel tightened down so much with the wheel nut that it's not spinning around in there right now. So actually, I have it cinched down so tight that it's gripping onto the inside of that wheel, where it's getting power to both rear wheels right now, surprisingly enough, even though that whole hex is stripped out. Because earlier on it wasn't, and we actually lost the wheel nut. Aaron found it, and Aaron's nice enough to film for me. You guys ready? Oh shit, I'm sorry. Okay, well I think that was probably a good shot though. Here we go, we're rolling on. Go. That was pretty decisive.
Who won?
That was me. Alright, we are racing from a stop, guys. I don't know who's going to win this. Okay, come up a little bit. You a little bit more forward. Okay, alright.
A little more. That's about good.
Alright, ready, set, go. That's mine that just went in the air.
How fast do those things go?
Alright guys, we're doing another one from a stop. The last one Elijah got me, but mine with the lock rear diff, it's just lifting up the tires. Really, once I get to about 2/3, 3/4 throttle, really wants to lift up. And it's hard to get that power to the ground. Because I am geared up a little bit more than Elijah. I have a 15 tooth, he has a 14. So that you can see if I have this space, I'm catching him near the end. But let's go again. And just to remind you guys, that's a Mamba Monster X and a 1500 series motor in his. I have got a 150 amp rebranded Hobby Wing, Red Cat Racing out of a Kaiju ESC, and I have like a stock 2050 kV Arrma motor. And here we go.
3, 2, 1, go.
I got you that time. All right, ready, set, go. Mine definitely got it that time. Well, do you see how skatey those tires get when it's going like super fast?
How what?
It just looks like it's skating because there's like
Oh,
no
the tires
control.
are like,
yeah, they're really ballooning. Yeah, mine definitely has you on the top end.
All right.
What I'm going to attempt now, guys, is I am going to attempt to do a standing backflip. So supposedly I already did one when I wasn't paying attention and I hit the throttle. I didn't see it, but here we go. Wow. Just keep on filming. That's actually pretty cool. Gonna try another standing backflip. Wow. I'm surprised it has that kind of power. Oh, that one was like perfect. You should try it, Elijah. Or are you scared? He's scared. You're scared, aren't you? Body's seen better days. It's all scraped up, and I've already punched a hole right through here. I think because it's either the shock tower or it's the top of the shock that actually punctures this when you land on the back, but it's already not the greatest shape. All right, guys.
yeah.
I think on the top end, mine is faster than Elijah's, but it only makes sense considering I have the bigger pinion. So we're gonna get a temp on it. Let's see, Aaron, go kind of up and down the motor a little bit. Like from side to side. Is that really all it is, 129? Wow, so that's 136 is the hottest I've seen on the motor. And then go point at the ESC. Maybe, yeah, just kind of skated around the top of that ESC and the side. Maybe a little bit more of the side of it where it gets hot. We're looking at 103 degrees. That's pretty cool. Now let's check Elijah's.
136.
His motor is at 136, which is what my motor was at the hottest.
136.5.
go up and down it a little bit because usually one part of the can's hotter. 136, 135. Go to this end, closer to us. Okay, 135. Go to his ESC. My ESC was only 103, guys, which is surprising it kept that cool.
I can't really see anything wrong here.
That ESC sitting at, I saw 109, 112, 104.
110.8.
110. So yeah, both of the ESCs stayed relatively cool, and both the motors stayed exactly the same coolness. And we were basically running them, I think, about the same amount of time. So both the setups work really well, guys. Thank you for tuning in, and we're definitely going to have another video in the future. All right, later.